Right? Surprise. Okay. Hello. Welcome to another scene in World of Darkness. Darkness and Double Changeling After Dark. What the fuck ever its name. And we all know what game this is. Because it's the only one I run. So, this scene, this lovely scene, is, well, a commoner meeting to talk shit about the nobles. Because, fuck the nobles, right? Nobody likes the nobles. It is what it is. So, they have chosen the bowling alley because it's, well, the bowling alley. And to be fair, only commoners really go to this bowling alley anyway. There was that one time, like in the notable past, there have been a couple nobles who have shown up, but they've never really stayed longer than like an hour or two before they were promptly just kind of asked to leave. Given that there's still a possibility that nobles could technically walk into this place, the meeting is taking place on the second floor, where it's actually the laser tag room, because its bottom floor is, you know, bowling alley, top floor, second floor is laser tag. So it's kind of dark because it is, you know, laser tag, and the lights are, you know, black lights, and everything's like neon and bright, which, you know, it's cool. We're changelings, you know, it's just commonplace. Very usual. So there's a little table, there's a whole bunch of chairs, there's places anywhere for anybody to sit, really. You can sit on some of the props and objects that you hide behind while you're playing, you know, laser tag and all this and that. There's what you'd expect of like bowling alley food there. Nachos, hot dogs, pizzas, etc., etc. Drinks have been provided, and simply to kind of help in case there is a commoner who is spying for the nobles, they're pretty much handing masks out at the door. 2 red caps are just kind of outside chilling by the front doors to the bowling alley itself. They're just kind of sitting there smoking, just like looking, you know, red cappy. Not really threatening anybody, but, you know, they're red caps, so, you know, they're threatening people. It's just how it goes. They're red caps. Beside them are bags of various different shaped masks. Rabbits, ox, tiger mask, fox masks, anything that you can think of. There's a duck mask, anything like that. And they're just kind of, you know, lifting the bag up by like a hand, just saying, grab one. No, you know, really gruff red cap voice. If anyone asks why, they're just going to kind of glare at them and say, it's a fucking masquerade. And so pretty much everyone they're not required to take a mask, but it is very heavily, you know, hey, just use a mask. Just use a mask, buddy. You don't have to, though. So there's a whole bunch of people here. Some of them have gone above and beyond to mask who they are, because after all, if this was to get out, there's a possibility that some of the nobles will start killing commoners for their insolence. You know, a couple people and NPCs and PCs. And then there are those who just don't really care. Like, catch me if you fucking can, bitch. And they're not even wearing the mask. Most of those are red caps, because red caps don't give a fuck. There are also, well, no, since Manny's bringing them in, I will let Manny bring the cookies in. So yes, you guys can start introing y'all's way in.
So, taking the finest duck mask from the bag, the Lord of the Duck places it on top of his big ginger head, because As much as Dries tries to disguise himself, it's the thick accent. It's yeah. He puts the duck ass over his face, but you can still hear the hokey-tokey tone as he's going upstairs. It's very hard to hide what a leprechaun does. He'll plonk his big frame down and just kind of watch everybody waiting for them to come in with the duck mask over his face, going, "Oh, the boys are going to love this when I get back."
Tragar too has a mask, but it kind of does not fit him because horns. And just has it on his face with like this, the front end is kind of just sticking out. Like, oh, well, oh, hello there, oh, hello there, oh, he's not the best disguise, this guy. Come on, give him a break. Give him a break.
Yeah. Manny'll come into the room as well, and he'll have chosen a mask. He'll have probably chosen like a mouse or something. And I mean, equal to his two companions in this scene, he's probably not amazingly well disguised either. I mean, he's quite short. He's still wearing quite a bright shirt, and he's got a giant basket of cookies in his hands, like giant. And he'll make his way in, and then on the way in, he'll be offering people cookies, including the passing red caps. Would you like a cookie?
No.
He'll nod. Okay, they're really good. I think. What are they again? He'll look at the description.
The red caps don't take any of the cookies, but a couple other people will take the cookies and just gently munch. They're crunch.
Munch, 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 munch.
No, they're sugar cookies, so they can't exactly crunch. It's more like
munch, 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 munch. Munchin', mounchin'. Munchin', mounchin'.
Yes. As the cookies kind of start, being eaten, it's very clear that a lot of people have kind of relaxed, as, the notes said they would, but, Oh, I just realized, these are like weed cookies. Oh my god.
Yeah, Morgan is offering weed cookies.
They're weed cookies.
Yep. Almost like we planned the whole thing, boy.
I'm gonna say he's got like his Mouse mask on then.
Yeah. Mr. Ducksworth, aka Rides, is not taking any cookies.
No, it'll be great. Keep a rat mask on and make a chittering sound going, yes, 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 yes.
He'll probably be
the member of Clan Pestilence you were always meant to be.
Oh, no. Fuck the Skaven. Fuck those bitches.
But no, he's got to clean. Rats aren't clean. But yeah, he'll be shuffling around offering cookies. Please have a cookie, they're frosted.
Okay, rats are actually very, very clean on an opposite level, because it's okay. They have a lot of stigmas attached to them, just like pigeons, and pigeons don't carry as much diseases as people think they do. But it's okay, though. Friendly neighborhood, like, animal lover here. I have an unhealthy obsession. It's okay. Low-key, I'm thinking about getting a rat. Anyway, so... As... the last few people kind of shuffling in it. The room's not exactly completely filled. There's maybe about 15 to 20 or so commoners, which is actually quite a lot that have been out, given, there's this big plague going on and whatnot. And just in general, it's a lot of changelings, because there aren't really a lot of changelings. Though, of course, this is Ireland, so there's a bit more than you'd find in, like, Concordia, if you compare them square mile to square mile. One person... Actually, yes. So there's... I don't want to say there's a couple really noticeable people, but there are a couple who kind of look a little out of place here. If one could think that. They just look a lot more shifty than usual, and those are just the Slua in general, because, I mean, it's really hard for a Slua to not look shifty. There's a really, you can tell he's really, really old, or at least he carries himself like an older Slua. He clearly gives off that kind of I am a grump vibe. He's standing towards the back, not with a mask on, but with a veil. A very dark veil that's impossible to see through, really. And he's got rather long black hair as well that hangs down around to his mid-torso. And of course, in Slua fashion, he's got the old Victorian dress on, like black slacks, a vest, very nice kind of red velvet vest, you know, etc., etc., looking suitably Victorian Slua. There's also a couple other Slua just kind of sitting in corners. One has that merit that gives them like spider fingers, and they're just literally chilling on the ceiling with a spider mask on. We don't talk about that Slua. That Slua's weird, but he's there, or she. And then there's a troll, just kind of standing towards the back, arms crossed over his shoulders, looking gruff and rather curious, if anything. You know, like when someone's trying to not give off a shifty vibe, but in actuality they're just amplifying that shifty vibe they're giving off. That's pretty much what this troll's doing. The meeting will begin when the owner, the red cap woman, I think her name was T. I think I did name her T. Let me check my notes. I'm 97% sure I named her T. You know what? I can't find it, but her name's T now. So she'll walk up. She doesn't have a mask on. This is her place anyway, so everyone knows it would be her, regardless. She's got, you know, looking suitably red cappy. She'll just say, okay. Yeah, I'm letting y'all use my place for this meeting. But if anything were to happen to it, say if someone got upset because someone tattled to us from the nobles, which, by the way, they've already done. Yeah, we're looking for that person now, but sufficiently. We're pretty pissed, and it's not going to be pretty when we find out who told the nobles about this meeting. But there's none of them here except for those squires. And she'll look over at everyone in the room who's a squire with that kind of intimidating red cap glare, but it's not like I'm not gonna roll dice, so it's not like, you know, intimidating. It's just that kind of like fuck you, red cap kind of glare. Then she'll say, so if anybody goes and tells the specifics of this meeting to any nobles and they come over here and burn my place down, we're going to have some problems, and I'm going to start biting hands off. Got it? Sweet. So, as we all know, there's been a Dauntain spreading plague around. It's not been fun. Nothing's been completed, shall we say. And let's be honest, the one leading this charge is Tintagel. The last time Tintagel did something for a commoner, the last time he created something for a commoner, how many months did it take that commoner to actually get what was created specifically for them again? It was a couple months, I remember, because it was for that little pixie girl who lost her wings. And he ended up creating those wings and then keeping them for himself for a good amount of time, using them here and there. So considering the wonderful, magnificent Tintagel has taken the lead to create a hammer for some unknown reason to remove this plague, it's not looking so good that it'll actually happen. Because let's be honest, he's one of the most she of them all in this fucking town. All he wants is the recognition and the glory. But he doesn't actually want to do much for them other than talk up a good game. And that's all he does. That being said, a couple of the other nobles in town have shut off their freeholds to everyone else because they're afraid that it's going to be corrupted like the other freeholds. We don't really know what to do about these freeholds, but it's clear that whatever dross and glamour is taken is tainted. And it circulated and it spread the plague even more. Anybody have any ideas so far on how to, remove this taint and corruption without the help of the nobles? Because let's be honest, they're going to sit on their asses until it starts affecting them more than it does us.
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
Does anybody actually know whether or not the illness actually comes from the typhoid?
It's a typhoid.
Right. But do you know what the illness is?
No.
Okay. Well, that's bad. Here's the thing, right? Me, myself, and a group of others went on a little bit of an adventure. And, I think it's the same thing that killed the dragons.
Yeah, that would be the she.
No. The dragons didn't actually die by the sheep. They just struck while the iron was hot. You don't know about this.
The she still killed a pretty good amount of the dragons. You can ask any of them that are around. If you can find one, that is, because they were, kind of hunted to near extinction.
Oh, sure. I know a couple of them. That's not a problem. The problem is that everybody's looking so hard to this typhoid. But I don't think it's the one thing, the only thing, spreading this plague at all. I think it's a sickness that escaped from some of the old graveyards and then went into, here.
So you think an ancient dragon plague is what's affecting us, and it just suddenly started with the appearance of the typhoid.
It's a start. So far, the similarities they're a bit too close to one another.
Could it just not be possible that this typhoid is using that plague then and spreading it around?
It's a possibility. Like I said, that's the first thing that came to mind. And so far, every single one of the symptoms that it has shown is the exact same thing which drove the strongest race of Chimera to their near extinction. Which, considering, I find it a miracle that not more of us have died, that not more freeholds have disappeared.
No, they're on the decline, that's definitely for sure. At least 3 commoners have died in the past 2 weeks so far, and more are going
Exactly.
there.
Which is strange. There should be a lot more. Why aren't there?
Mainly because of the efforts of the Gilly-Doo, whatever his name is. He's doing what he can to slow the infection. Same with the House Liam chick, but they're about the only 2.
I find it very hard to believe that, as strong as Kifade might be, that they're able to combat a plague, but the dragons could not. But in time, yes, sure. To actually delay its number by this much, that a bit weird.
Then I don't get your point. You're trying to say that this is similar to one that affected the dragons, and
What I'm
then
saying
you're
is
saying it's
that-
not killing enough like it did with the dragons.
What I'm saying is that everybody looks so hard at this typhoid. Everybody looks so hard at it, and nobody ever looks further. What if there's more behind it? What if it's the typhoid just waving around its silly old cock, doing its thing, and then all of a sudden, oh, here we are.
I think if we eliminate the typhoid thing with a hammer, I don't think it's going to solve anything. I think we need to look for an alternative method.
Right? It'll be a temporary solution. But if we don't learn what actually causes the disease, instead of just the thing that's spreading it, just have the same thing all over again in a couple of months.
Now, I know a lot of the commoner Kith nobles are still doing the good fight. Crib, Pepper O'Reilly, those two are really pushing it. Maybe we should work with them.
And they work with the nobles. Mm-mm.
But they're doing good for us, though.
And you
Particularly
just now said
Crib.
yes, and you just now said that Crib was the one who pushed back the disease.
Pepper O'Reilly is now pushing to try and find out the origin of the disease itself. She's working like... She was a commoner before all this. One of us. I get not working with the she. I understand it. But the ones that are from our ilk, who made it up there and climbed that ladder, they can work with us and we don't have to work with them, with the she or any of them. Doesn't mean they own us.
Yeah, but they certainly try to.
So we form motleys. We'll look around. It's a thing we can do, isn't it?
Hi.
Yeah, a couple of the commoners just kind of look around and they nod their head like, yeah.
Motleys protect. We use these to protect ourselves. Use the commoner nobles as a go-between, and we keep ourselves safe. Have our motleys and a wall right so that she can't touch us. Let's be smart, not be angry.
And one will kind of speak up. They're not all that tall, and they look very kind of shy and timid, and they'll just kind of speak up and say, and what if they get upset about these motleys and they start sending their own little, assassins or something after us?
What? They're gonna start assassinating those that have been forming groups since eons past now. Motleys aren't anything new. They've been going on for decades. The nobility knows about them.
If they assassinate them, we'll have the proof we need. We'll drag that whole thing in front of all for all the nobles to see. And that's the whole point of a motley, is to keep each other safe. If they come for us, we have right to defend ourselves.
But
The she love honor. If they come and kill a person for forming a motley, what Sealy she would do that to risk such dishonor in front of the whole court?
that's the thing, though.
Do you think?
They can always find something else to blame it on.
Not the silly.
Oh no. Do you think Tiddy Angel's gonna do that? Nah. He'll think about it, but he won't do it.
You do realize that most tyrants are Seelie, correct?
I do. But
Which means they rely on the law.
exactly.
Doesn't mean
Rest
they
of
won't
Rhaegar like my man.
manipulate around.
You have a point. But if we're really wanting to get ahead, then we'd be smarter. We have the law ready.
Besides, are you telling me that you really want to be alone in these times?
No.
And he doesn't say that in like a malicious way. He kind of says it in like a, "Come on, don't be like that."
No, I don't. But I don't want my friends to get hurt either by,
Rides a nod
Zen?
very sympathetically. I know. But this is what these commoner kits are for. This is what these commoner nobles are for. They're the ones who are meant to be able to twist it back. We create a wall, go-between. So if they do come for us, we have somebody there, right in there. Let them be a shield. For you and your friends.
What if they don't want to be?
He'll give her a very sympathetic smile. They're going to be. What commoner kith raised to a station like that is going to forget the people that they love or the world that they come from?
They'll just kind of shrug and say, one that's forgotten. It's very clear that this person is rather, young, and they're honestly just kind of scared.
He rides the kneel down very gently, like all the way down. I understand you're scared. I do. We're all scared. Fragrar, myself, everyone here in this room is frightened. But you have to believe in something in order to push past that fear, because if you let it rule you, then you're just going to be afraid and the worst things in the world will happen to you. You have to have faith in something and take that chance.
Frogger will put his mask on his head. Not on his face, just kind of let it linger on his head as he has kind of stopped caring about hiding himself at this point.
Yeah, Rides takes off his duck mask. He's like, fuck it, let him see me.
I don't know.
Do you want to believe in a dream, little one?
Yeah, we all do.
And the first thing that we need to do is have hope and be brave. But if we can't, if we don't, we'll simply live a nightmare. The first thing, the best thing that any of us can do is start with ourselves.
Look at me. I'm a squire. But I don't forget where I come from and the people that are around me.
Yes. I don't know. They'll kind of sit down and shake their head and say, I just want it all to be over. I don't want my friends to get sick anymore. I don't want to be treated like dirt.
Who's someone treating you like that?
There's a couple of these nobles that have been hanging around near where I work and whatnot, and they'll mess with me and my buddies.
Oh, what are their names?
They never told us.
Oh, wow. What do they look like?
like she, you know,
Oh,
kind
well,
of.
yes. With the pointy ears and all that, and the spiky hair and the glowy nose.
Yeah, they
Aye.
one was pretty tall, and he wore some really nice armor. You know, their sheep plate kind of stuff,
Mhm.
and his hair was red and kind of short, with little spikes on it. You know, like he gelled it up. Like this was like 2007 for some reason. Um, and he had, you know, brown eyes. He was pretty white.
Okay.
I guess he was, you know, yeah. And then the other one, she was a little shorter. She didn't wear sheep plate. She wore a really nice dress. And her hair was longer and, you know, black. And yeah.
And they bother you every day.
Not every day, every couple of days.
Do you
And where'd you
remember
work?
what colour their clothes were, or their armour was? Or did they have a special looking little line of thingies on their thingy?
No, they didn't have any house heraldry. The colors of his armor, it was sheep plate, so you know, it was just the silver, and her clothes were, they were just various shades of blue.
Where is it that you work?
One quick moment here, so I can give out the social the social dynamics. Okay, so what Manny can see with his 2 successes is that he can kind of notice, you know, because he's a boggin, and boggins, just like the slua, know how to listen in on a conversation and get what they need. He, you know, as he's kind of sitting there just watching, he notices that the slua, all of them are in pretty good positions to hear everything that anyone says, whispers included. The troll in the back, he seemed to get more upset when the red cap at the start was talking about, you know, fuck the nobles and stuff, but he seemed to ease up a little bit more when Fragrar and Rides started, you know, calming the situation down a little bit. The rest of the majority of the rando NPCs, they're kind of just swaying with the mood of the crowd currently. You know, when the red cap was talking, they were all like, yeah, you know, fuck the nobles. But now that Rides and Fragger are starting to talk a little bit more, they're kind of calming down. They're, you know, they're just going along with pretty much everything. A couple of them towards the back have been whispering to one another, just kind of, you know, doing that whole kind of thing. But for the most part, that's pretty much what's going on, Manny.
So what you're saying is that the NPC cast doesn't have a spine. Gotcha.
A majority of the NPCs don't.
Ignoring the slua doing slua things. Yeah, Manny will have been quiet during most of the conversation. He'll have just been sat probably kicking his legs. I mean, it's not very difficult to figure out who he is. You know, he's still got that same sense of sawdust around him, but he'll listen to the conversation. The only question he'll interject with was, there were no distinctive marks or emblems on the armor.
They had nothing. It was plain. There wasn't even any, you know, gilding or anything like that on it. It was just plain clothes and armor.
Okay. Ride stands to his fullest height then and looks around the crowd. Waiting for the child to finish speaking. Waiting for the person to finish speaking, of course.
Yeah, they will. The one last little thing they will add is I also didn't really see any weapons on them. Either they didn't have like any big swords or anything, which was kind of weird.
That's odd. Where is it that you work, little one?
I work a couple blocks away from here, as a tailor.
Taylor, okay. So I'm going to ask you all a question. Rides will look around, and then his voice like boom. Who's going to form a motley with me to protect this person? Right now. Who's got the balls to
Brago.
stand for her then?
Brago will stand up and clap him on the shoulder. Like, pfft.
The troll in the back, who was just doing his like little trolly thing, he'll stand up and he'll, kind of do that whole kind of troll thing where it's like,
You
fist.
have my axe.
Yeah. Kind of like the fist to. Oh God, I can't remember what it's called. I feel upset now. It's not your femur. It's not your. It starts with an S, I think. Where your ribs connect. Your sternum. There we go. God. I didn't take anatomy that long ago. Jesus, Kim. This was like chapter 4, Kim. Come on. And so he'll just kind of take his fist to sternum with that kind of thump, even though your sternum is like the weakest part in your body and you could easily break it. But, that's what he'll do. And he'll say, I will.
Right, so nod, and you look down at the person. Go ahead, Kirk. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying, while Manny sort of notices Sluagh who are in, prime position, the ceilings, the walls, wherever Sluagh congregate to listen, he'll have been sort of just passing through, and as Rides makes his proclamation, Manny he'll kind of quietly just start raising his hand as all of the big trolls and the clericon announce it, like I'd be happy to help.
Rides will point and then look down. We promise to investigate, to observe, and to protect you and your shop and your people. Right now, right here, from this day forward. That's how much we care. That's how much we're willing to care for these entire room.
They start crying. Like, just they do. They just they get really overwhelmed and they just start fucking crying.
Manny will almost instinctively, he won't be able to help himself. He'll make his way closer to them, and he'll offer them a cookie and a pat on the back, and he'll just like, it's going to be okay. I promise we'll do everything we can to find out what's happening.
Frogger is going to look at some of the rabble-rousers in this group, like the people that previously liked to stir up trouble just for the sake of trouble, and kind of gouge their reaction.
They're kind of towards the back. Oddly enough, there were it was a couple boggin. Oddly enough, a pixie as well.
Not a pixie like this shit. This is their turf. This is literally their playground.
Pixie loves stirring shit up. So it was a couple boggin, a pixie, and a knocker, who were just, as well as like two puka. The puka are, you know what? Fuck it. One of them was a fucking trash panda. The other is what is an animal that really likes stirring shit up? A cockatoo.
Yes. 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 That's perfect.
You make that NPC.
Cause fucking cockatoos just they love making a mess. They really just, oh god, cockatoos. And they love talking and screaming. So yeah. They're all just they're spread out, but it was clear that they were the ones who were much more into just like, hey, let's fuck over the commoners, fuck those guys. You can kind of all assume that given their kiss, they were, their puka, Not a lot of people really like Puka, especially not the nobles, because they don't really like playing the stupid Puka word games. The Boggins probably work for the nobles and are like, fuck the nobles, though. They treat us like trash when we clean up, their place. Pixie is a pixie.
No further explanation needed. And the knocker's a knocker. No further explanation
Yeah, the
needed.
knocker's a knocker. So they're just kind of leaning over, whispering to like the people around them. It's clear that they're trying to, whisper the crowd, because a lot of these, they don't have spines, but they're not going to step up to the confrontation. Like if their ideals are kind of smacked in front of them by someone who looks more imposing, they are going to, of course, kind of step down to the back, still kind of believing it, though. They're the quote unquote neutrals. They're the ones who aren't going to do anything about it. They just kind of go along with the flow, and it's clear those couple of people are trying to rouse them back up.
Fraugar is going to look at them very specifically, and he'll say to the chamber in general, I'd also like to offer a bit of a history lesson. In case someone, doesn't matter who, would like to try and make a repeat of history and do the same thing that happened when the Shi first came here. The whole thing. Please don't. There are already far too many lost. Far too many gone. You can't meet a force of magic head on. That's why you have to go around it. And he's going to walk over towards them.
Rides will follow, backing him up.
That's why you sit. You watch. You listen. So, they're making something to go against the plague. Right? Right?
Supposedly.
Why not? Do something crazy. Why not launch your own investigation? Like we are doing.
None of them really say anything.
Instead of sitting there, talking shit, and doing nothing.
Okay, Ride's turn as the science boost. Well, come on, good people, don't you want to hear their fine opinions? You seem to be talking a lot in the quiet. Give us your opinion. Let's hear. What are you going to do about it?
One of the, you know what? It's the fucking cockatoo. No, oh man, cockatoo or knocker, cockatoo or knocker. You know what? It's the cockatoo. The cockatoo will stand up in all his fucking cockatoo pride. This bitch has cockatoo wings and everything. They even have the cockatoo crest, and it is in an umbrella. It's an umbrella cockatoo, if we're going to get down into specifics. And they will stand up. Their crest will rise, adding like a whole extra fucking foot. Oh, that was my hand. I was trying to lay my head back down in my lap, but I hit my desk.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, it's just my knuckle. No, their crest will raise up, and it's like when you piss off a bird and like all of their feathers start to rise, like hackles on a dog, and it's like, bitch, you got a storm, honey, you got a big storm coming.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. I'm ready.
And the cockatoo Puka will simply say, we're gonna show them what they deserve to be shown. We're gonna give them a piece of our mind.
Nods. Frigger, meow pal, puts his arm around Frigger. Do you know what a clever fucker is? Don't know what that is. Looks right at the cockatoo with the smirk on his face.
What is it? What is a good old man?
A clever fucker is a fella who does the clever shit that aids their fellow commoner. But instead of trying to stir them up in a rousel and a huff and a puffle and a giggle and a fiddle, does the shit without drawing the ire of the sheep, because a clever fucker gets shit done without the sheep slapping him, like they always do. Do you like being slapped, little cockatoo? Slapped around like a little birdie bird in a cage? Or are you going to be a clever fucker and get away with it?
Oh, trust me. I'll get away with it.
Well, rides a smile. Well, good. Because if I hear one she chasing you up in your little cage, if this whole place hears, well, then I know what's going to be coming out of you anyway. Cockatoo the Stupid, I think we'll call you. Isn't that right, Frhagar? I think you could tell a fine story about a stupid cockatoo, couldn't you?
Have many tales. Here's the thing. Friend Puka. What I do not want is for this place to descend into anarchy and chaos whilst the plague is going on, whilst we are at war. Destruction has never aided anybody. So if we're going to change, if we're going to take action, if you're going to make something that helps us, do it in a way that helps us and isn't going to fuck over any of us.
Bringing down the wrath on yourself is one thing. Bringing the shit down on all of us here. And whispering to whatever it is on the other hand. That is some stupid shite. That's not what we want. Especially if we're going to survive.
If the nobles weren't such asshats, we wouldn't have to resort to this in the first place.
The nobles are going to be asshats because half of them think they've got a rod so far up their own banshee they don't even know what's right with it. But there are good ones there, like the commoner ones. Go to them. Raise your problems to them. Not just rile against a she who's not going to bother listening to you anyway. Think. Taps the side of his head.
You just kind of glare at him.
You can make the pouty face all you want, it's not going to change anything.
You don't like what I'm saying, and that's fine. But you know I'm right.
Whatever.
Oh, so whatever. The final sign. The sign of submission. Isn't that right?
In the end, I'll do what I want. And that'll be that.
Alright, man. You do what you want. But can you put down your hair? It's getting in my nose. I have to sneeze.
God damn it, God damn it, Frhagar.
Oh, Frodra.
The cockatoo does, in fact, not put it down, because now you've just pissed him off even more.
Actually, as a cockatoo's ground rides, just calmly walks right up in front of him using all that full height, leans down, and this time he says it in a very deep voice. Do what you want, but don't drag anyone else in or get anyone else hurt. Stop your whispering, play your own stupid games, and win your own stupid prizes. But don't hurt anyone else, or you have me to deal with. Do you understand?
And they will look right up at Rides. I'll just say, if you can make a motley to do what you want, I'll make a motley to do what I want. After all, I think you're a little bit too busy trying to find your pot of gold to really do anything more than that.
Roll initiative.
Yep.
May I have a surprise round?
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear!
Hey man, as long as nothing in the room gets damaged, this ain't not the red cap's problem.
Yeah, nah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
As long as their laser tag group is not injured. But no, they were expecting a fight to come out of that. Because they're gonna try to turn it around. Honestly, because yeah. Oh Jesus, those Fugas can't fight for shit. Yeah, they're going on a 13.
I got 13 too.
Well, PC's
My
first.
dex is my yeah. Okay. I will roll. Three. That's 2.
To hit.
Yeah, no, that's my damage. I rolled 2 to. I rolled
Okay.
3 to hit.
That's all good. Let's see. So it's probably shit.
And I did 3. Yeah, 3 damage. 3.
3 damage or 3 or 2 damage.
No, I did 2 damage. Sorry, 2.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
So forgot the one.
They just take a fucking bashing.
The ones don't take away from damage here, Torna.
Oh, then I did 3 bashing. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
I'm still so used to that.
Yeah, then they take 2 bashing. Okay. And they will return with their own punch, but they're not very good at this. Okay, I take that back. Apparently they are kind of good at this. Okay, Dan. Let's step it up a notch. Yep. 2 bashing. You're probably going to soak it, but yeah.
I soak one of it, so I get a bashing.
Okay.
Doesn't your... Oh no, wait, that's only when lethal damage comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I got a Snapchat from a friend from work. Okay, good. She wasn't asking me to cover her shift. Sweet, because I would have told her no. Okay. Yep, it is back up to, oh, Jesus. Rides.
Outride.
Well, the first blows have been landed. What is going to happen next?
I'm so excited to have an in-character conversation while this is going on.
So how is
1,
that 2,
2, 3, 4. Not a 4 bashing.
Oh no.
Knock the fuck out. Oh,
he's knocked out. Oh, Jesus.
well, no, that puts him up to 6. He ain't. He's not looking too good.
Is he still going to continue at that point?
Yeah,
he's
he's
at
a
-5.
cockatoo.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
come on. Yeah, you're a proud ass cockatoo. Bring it. I would think less of you. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Come on, boy, old pal.
He's rolling on a chance dice at this point, but you know. Damn.
Do it. On. Yes.
Okay. He delivers somehow 2 bashing.
Yeah, soaked. And swing, bada, swing. That. That's another 3.
Jesus.
I know that's wrapping around in the lethal. Dude is on the floor.
So what Rides will do, like as bam, he goes down, he will reach down and take one of the feathers out, put it in his little pocket, because that's now part of me hoard trophy. And he will turn, dragging the cockatoo, going, I have a question for all of you. Spits out a bit of blood, like, it got, oh Jesus. And will say, if he can't take one angry leprechaun, how in the hell are all his and your crowd, points to the guy's friends, going to handle when the she come down on you with everyone and everything they serve with them? Answer me that question, and fight me if you can't. Drops the bird, stands on it with his boot, going, fuck with me.
I have to ask, which feather did you take?
I took the nicest, shiniest one, Kim. That's the one I want, the shiny.
Okay.
The shiny.
So the thing with umbrella cockatoos is the way that their crest works is they have one really big feather, like right at their fucking forehead, and that is the biggest, nicest feather. So when you pluck that shit out, they've just got this hole.
Mm-hmm. That's the one I want for me horde.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Like, right in the middle where it would be, there's just a little hole now that you can see through, but they've got feathers on the other side.
But yeah, he'll just stand there, open hands, like, it's that kind of like swag. You know what I mean? Type pose, essentially.
Everyone else is just, the rest of them are just kind of, there's that low murmur as they're just kind of like quietly like whispering to themselves, like, holy fuck, dude, you just fucking see that? Like, you took the damn feather out of it, like, damn!
Oh.
I have a question, Kim.
What's up?
The blood got spit in the floor, and there's now some
Is
dude kind of not bleeding profusely, but like on the floor. The floor is now dirty, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Hi, Manny.
God damn it, Max. yeah. But at this point, Manny will just be kind of scrubbing the floor apologetically. He'll have got his tool belt out, and he's like just trying to like, what's the floor? What's the floor like made out of? Is it like a plastic or a carpet or?
It's kind of like that really small light carpet.
Oh.
Like it's a really, really, really dark blue, so it's kind of hard to like see the blood in it anyway.
He's still trying. He's just gonna be there scrubbing, like, oh, gonna have to leave that soaked for 20 minutes. Oh, and he's like scrubbing, and then he'll glance up to Rides, and this cockatoo is the cockatoo still on the ground?
Yes.
He'll just glance to Rides. I'm sorry. Do you mind just moving him an inch so I can?
Oh, Manny. Oh, yeah. No problem. Lifts the cockatoo up by like the throat, essentially holding up a butt in the air, almost like that. You get in there now, boy. Get in there.
Gently.
Scrub it clean. I know his feathers. Mind.
He'll like furiously start scrubbing the floor underneath where the cockatoo was. And he'll like get a little squirty spray bottle as well and start just going and then start wiping it again.
Welcome to the motley.
When he moves the cockatoo, a little bit of the dribble of blood comes out of his mouth and like, kind of flings across the floor as he lifts him up.
Manny rolls his frenzy dice. No, he'll see the spot of blood and immediately he'll just go, do you mind looking away from me? It's gonna take ages to get this out. And then he'll like try and scrub it again, and then he'll try and stand up to reach where this cockatoo is in Rides' arms, but I assume it's out of reach.
A little bit. Well, how tall is Manny?
Manny's 5'5".
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so if he's really reaching up, you can get to like the corner of his mouth where the blood's kind of,
Do you,
running down his face.
do you mind just lowering him a bit? Just
Oh, you know what? Okay, you can get a chair for you, Manny. Reaches over, kicks over a stool, and puts the cockatoo like a little doll right there in the chair. That better?
yeah, of course. Thank you. That's so helpful. He might need some ice as well. Is there any ice around?
No, Manny, leave him alone. He's a big boy. Leave him alone.
But he took a pretty big hit.
He's a big boy. Leave him alone.
He'll just try and get a little bit more of blood out of his feathers, and he's trying to be like. And then he'll actually, like, in his tool belt, he'll try and find one of his like clean water kind of sprays, and he'll spray it on the cloth, and then like he'll kind of wrap it around his hands and then like apply it to the cockatoo's head like a cold compress. See? All better now.
Turns and looks at Fragar, nodding like, "Well, this is going great." With his big serious smile on his face.
Oh, God. This is not at all how I expected this to turn up, but you know what? It works just fine. Just fine.
The red cap is just kind of to the side, just kind of looking at at Manny as he's cleaning. Just kind of like, and then he'll look over to like Fragar and just kind of gesture with a hand and just gonna be like, "Really? Is this dude serious?"
He's gonna nod. Yes, he is.
Yeah, Manny'll
like, I don't know. Leave him be.
Manny'll just murmur. I just wanted to help. This isn't our place. He's like, and then he probably has to be like sort of guided away at some point.
Beautiful.
Yeah. See, it's all perfectly clean now. Please, if you gentlemen would like to continue, please feel free. He like. And he's like, as he does this, his hands are in the air, and he like shrinks back, and in his kind of fame and you'll see he's about 4 foot, like he's short, so he'll be like,
We are the best motley ever. We are.
and he'll probably head over to a dark corner near where the Slua are.
Yeah, the Slua, they're not all congregated in one place. They're all just kind of spread out. The one on the ceiling is still just chilling on the ceiling like a motherfucker.
I mean, while he's there, Manny'll probably approach him quite politely, knowing how Slua are, and he'll smile up at him, and he'll give like a little nod and a bow, and he'll glance up and say, you want a cookie?"
They'll look down. Of course, you can't see anything because they're wearing this like weird kind of creepy spider. It's a kabuki mask designed to look very spider-like. So it's got like the 2 little like dot eyebrows and like the little like spider fangs and shit. It looks sufficiently spidery.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll just say, "No, I do not wish for a cookie. Thank you, though."
He'll nod. That's absolutely no problem. If I may ask a question, how do you manage to get? How can you do that? He'll look like really impressed and curious. His eyes are widened a bit. I mean, I've been trying to clean ceilings for a long time, and that'd be so handy.
They'll reach down a hand, now they're just literally hanging on the ceiling by their toes, and they'll, you know, reach down and extend a hand, and they're fingerless gloves on the hand, and the ends of the fingers look like little suction cups.
Oh, nice.
Indeed.
Anil, sorry.
Oh no, that was it. They were just gonna say indeed to go. My dude.
Silence.
Yeah, he'll nod. Thank you. Do you mind if I have a closer look? Do you mind if I take the hand? He'll say.
That is fine.
He'll glance over kind of the gloves with the like suction kind of padding on. Is it like a separate glove with the padding on, or is it like just like the hand?
It's their fingers that have the suction cups on them. Their gloves are just fingerless. It's like, you know, they're trying to get that whole ninja, you know, look going on, but you know, they want to still climb ceilings. So
Yeah, he'll. You know, that's fascinating. You must be able to get everywhere. It must be so handy. And then he'll just nod it. Thank you. I'm sorry if I interrupted you. I just thought it might be lonely up there. I wanted to see if you were okay. And he'll scratch like the side of his head.
I thank you for your concern. And they will just kind of gently pat the top of Manny's head.
Oh, my heart.
He'll nod. And nod and he'd say, if you wanted to talk or anything, you can always talk to me. I don't usually have cookies, but yeah, maybe I should go check on the guys. A lot's happened tonight. I didn't really expect any of this. He'll kind of awkwardly kind of scratch the side of his head.
You know, like when a cat's mildly curious, they'll just kind of slowly tilt their head a little to the side, and just kind of peer at whatever, you know, is kind of making them curious. It's exactly what the Slua does, you know, just kind of gently tilts their head a little bit to the side, looking at him and say, "Would you like to speak later then?"
Mania'd smile, nod his head. If you would like to, I would. I always like to talk to new people and make friends, and we all have to stick together.
And she'll kind of glance over at another one of the Slua, the older looking grump one who was wearing the veil. There seems to be like a wordless communication, and then they'll look back over to Manny and just kind of say, "Would you care to join me for tea?" And you may.
Yes.
It'll be diff 5 because it's like between two people.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, nope. Nothing.
Damn.
So he'll nod. He'll nod. If that is what you would like, I would be happy to bring along the cookies if that would please you.
That's fine.
Yeah, and then he'll just nod. He'll glance. But no, thank you for inviting me to tea. Is there anything I would need to do or bring, or is it just an open invite and some conversation between potential new friends? He'll like smile.
It will be tea time, so others will be there as well.
You're not. Of course, tea is always very serious business.
Of course.
I look forward to it. Please, excuse me. I'll leave you to your friends if that's what you would like. He'll smile.
Does not matter to me.
Yeah, and then he'll just nod. That's fair enough. I should probably check see how everything's going. He's kind of at this point. He's still being very polite, but his attention is probably drawn to what Frauda and Rides are doing.
They're probably doing the hoo-ha. Hoo-ha! Hoo-ha! Ha! No, just kidding.
Just like
if they're doing that, man, he'll just glance up at the Sluha. He'll just smile kind of fondly. Yes, no. I think I might stay here for a while and enjoy the scene if you wouldn't mind.
Of course.
And then he'll just smile very happily and fondly, sort of watching Frauda and Rides do their thing.
What are Frograr and them doing?
What are we
That's a
doing,
good
Max?
question. What are
What
we
are we
doing?
Fuck it. With the cockatoo there propped on the chair like a little baby. Rides will turn to the cockatoo's friends. So has anyone else got any more stupid thoughts for stupid prizes? Are we all going to agree to try help each other and not derail each other?
None of them reply.
Rides just glares at them all. Yeah, that's what I thought. Looks back at Fregar.
And then, you know what? Because this pixie is a little shit. When he turns around, he'll just go, "You're no better than the she."
Oh. Oh boy. Turns very slowly. Almost like as if someone has just like applied like, rust to him as if like, I'm no better than the she.
You're a bully. Using physical action and repercussion to beat down those you don't agree with.
Because a man tried to back up his claim. And when they met a fella who backs up his claim with every action that he is, I'm no better than a she. Well, I'll tell you what, you're the she. Hiding in the corner, stabbing people in the back. Slithering in like a snake. I stand out in the open. I welcome all the judgment in the world. Because you know who I am.
Also, it's not as if he did the first thing. Your friends kind of did the thing when he already turned away.
I didn't hear a word you just said, Max. That accent is hella thick.
God damn it. Listen. We're talking about who went first, who attacked first. We'd already made our point. We just didn't want anybody else to, well, get stabbed in the back, you know. When insults start flying and people don't want to back up what they say, tempers rise and things happen. But if you say that using physical violence is the way to she, that's a lot to she. Aren't there?
They'll just gently shake their head and look at the ground, just kind of like, it's no use.
I understand that you're scared. I understand that you're frightened by everything that's going on. I understand that you're angry. And I also understand that you're throwing a hissy fit at the first thing that you don't like, which is authority. But here's the thing. What we have been seeing here is that all of us need to stand. And when there are some people that whisper dark thoughts into the ears of others, that just want to rile up things, want to hurt others, that's how it all started.
They just kind of, shrug their shoulders, like,
Oh, well. Seems like I'm talking to a wall then. You two, you gentlemen. We'll do us.
I'm sure you will.
Alright, well done. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.
And you as well.
Do. That's it, everybody. It's been a lovely day. Well, a good talk. I have to be going now. Goodbye. I just kind of wastefully walks out of the room.
Something had a bear in the big blue fucking house. God damn it. Yeah, Ryde's will pick up his jacket, fasten it back on. We'll walk back over to the person he swore he'd help and all that, and just give me the address where you work. We'll be over as soon as I can. We'll take the address and just walk out, unfazed, unbowed and whatever. Being Ryde's.
Sprago will wait in the other troll that swore he'd be part of this. Kind of catch him outside.
Yeah.
How about that? How about that?
Gosh,
Oh,
first
no.
the cockatoo, now the entire commoner base. Manny'll excuse himself from his slower companion. Please excuse me, I have some business to attend to, and there's an awful wine stain on my carpet I've got to clean, and he'll head off.
Hold up. Okay. Did you?
I mean,
No. Okay. Did you say wine or did you say wank?
wine. Oh my god, wine.
Okay.
Oh my god. That changed the entire conversation. Oh my god.
I thought he said wank stain for a moment there. I was like, whoa.
No, wine.
Okay.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. I heard that completely. I thought, whoa.
It's my accent, it's okay.
I'm sorry, dude. Mother. Oh. Okay. Fuck. She's just kind of weird.
Are you okay?
I'll be good.
That's why he was really asking how she managed to get on the ceiling. No,
Oh my god.
She'll just kind of, wave her hand. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I think we killed him.
I'm sorry. He'll wave politely goodbye, and he'll nod to everyone else, and he'll follow right in front of her.
She'll go back to her spot on the on the ceiling. And a couple other people will wave goodbye to Manny as he leaves. A lot of people kind of still chilling out with the.
I'll leave the cookies. They're delicious, and he'll. But yeah, he'll offer like the last of the cookies out, and then he'll go.
And they will wave goodbye to him and the wine stain. Yeah. Eventually people start to kind of make their way out of the building. Eventually the troll will kind of he'll walk over to the to the other troll and rides and whatnot.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry.
Yes. Whoever did that, you're a hero.
Oh, that was beautiful.
me.
That was beautiful.
He'll just walk over and say good evening.
How are you? Who are you? I'm Frau Gra. How are you?
I am. As I look over my names, trying to find a good troll name. Big book of. I am Cadrius. It's good to meet you.
It is my honor.
So it seems we are to form a motley then.
Oh, aye.
Oh, Cadrius, if you don't mind me asking, besides the obvious, help the weaker ones, the strong have a duty to protect the weak. Why is it that you signed up with us? Signed up with this?
Because this needs to stop before it's escalated any further. The last thing we need is a knight similar to the one of Cold Iron Knives.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Normally,
We already lost in the Cordon's War. And now there are more she who recall more and more powerful oaths of ancient magic. We really don't need another.
Indeed.
Well, let's start by finding out what we know about this place and what those sheer are actually doing. And put a stop to it.
Right. I propose that on the first couple of days we go in there in groups of 2, and then every day we switch. Yes, Manny?
Yeah, I'm saying that could work. I'm just not sure if there'd be any help on the physical side of things, he'll look up. But maybe I could, if we find out what this is all about, more details about them, about the building, we can. I can try and look through what I know, see if I can find records, if they have a vested interest in the place.
Actually, you might be more useful than either of us, because think of it this way: if those she see a whole bunch of us standing outside that building, well, then they might not ever show up. And they have no further questions.
Has a point. Very good point.
He'll try being the word. He'll try and stand up straight and be like, "Yeah, I am totally down for this." But he's like, I could do that. I suppose. I'm just a builder, but
It's all right. If we want to, we can. One of us can come with you.
It's okay, whatever works. But if they come up, should I just ask them who they are, or
No, don't be doing that. Try to get a slap. Play your cool. Play what you need to do. Do what you need to do, and find out. Find out what you need to know. Keep your head down, Manny. Don't be getting yourself in trouble. You need to know first before we react.
I can do that. I'll just say I'm doing renovations or something.
There you go. Yes, there you go. Perfect. Disguise yourself, man. You're good at that. Wee little fucker, you. Taps him on the head.
Or simply when they show up, we could appear from somewhere else and then ask them.
We could. Oh, we could. Yeah, I could have an idea for that.
Oh God. Depending on their things, they could actually make an adequate distraction for the she themselves.
That leaves another good question, though, is why would any she go without marks of their house?
And why would they go around without arms?
Exactly. That's intriguing.
Which is why I'm saying that there might be much more to this than we simply know right now. And it's also why, if we can net some fine information, we could probably use this as some sort of leverage, or perhaps even as a distraction for other she. Hell, if they're up to something shady. The fury of the storm knows no bounds, and he kind of glances at Brights.
Oh boy, nods.
I mean, it could work. I just want to help those people, make sure they feel safe again.
Right, this is our prime goal here.
Yes, he'll nod enthusiastically.
Bajan, as he puts his hand in the middle.
Oh, we're totally doing the Power Rangers hand. Yes, the right hand, right slaps his hand down as well. Go, Power Rangers, boys.
Do you mind if
get your hand in here, Manny? We're doing this. Otherwise, it doesn't work. We won't have the magic then.
They're holding it low for Manny to
He'll look longingly at his tool belt with hand sanitizer in, but be like, "Nope, I'm doing this," and put his hand in.
He's gonna look at the other troll whose name I've already forgotten.
Adrius will stick his hand out. You'll notice he's missing a pinky.
Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
Frog's gonna be like, on 1, on 2, on 3, huzzah!
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 Wait.
I want to hear Manny's huzzah. Let's get this.
Yeah. He's huzzah!
Oh, Manny, I love you. Oh, I can't breathe.
Oh no!
Oh, Manny. Oh, this team is amazing.
Oh man,
Jesus.
you magnificent bastard!
That's. Oh, Jesus. Alright. I was coming. Never mind.
In that exact tone, like he's confused, but he's trying, and he wants to help, but he can't right now. But god damn it, he's gonna try.
He got this.
Manny is totally the Blue Ranger. Totally is.
I wanted to be the Pink Ranger.
No, you're totally the blue one. You're awkward enough to be the blue one. I'm sorry.
Beautiful. It's perfect for him. It's perfect.
Wait, who are the other Rangers?
Oh, Jesus. We'll decide that out later after the scene, I think. Which Rangers are we?
That's actually a good point to end this scene.
Pretty much.
There's one last little thing. So, as you guys are all standing there, I'm assuming you're off somewhere, like, outside or inside the building. When a rather large spider will kind of walk up to you guys.
Is it whatever?
Mm-mm. Oh no, not that big. This is like a common house spider. It will walk up on its back, kind of wrapped in spider's web, to keep it secure to the. It's not the thorax; it's the abdomen. It's one of those two. I need to work on my spider anatomy, and it's got a little piece of paper on there. It will reach over, remove it, and kind of look up at all of y'all. The spider's, maybe, a couple inches. Then it will lay that little piece of paper down in front of you guys and scutter off again.
What's that? Oh, watch this. This Fraggle will reach down all the way
Thank
and
you.
grab it.
We all lean down so Manny can look at it. We can all look at it at the same time.
No, Manny's just there, like, as Frogger picks it up, he's just there, like, why?
No, we all scooch down. We all tall people lean down and just hold it in front of Manny.
Go on his hunches and fold the paper in half.
Fucking tall people.
Look, man, I have lived with this curse my entire life. Shut up.
I'm I'm not exactly the same, but I've had to deal with a lot of short people too, so that's what it is. On the paper, it simply reads, "If you wish, all of your friends can join in with high tea as well. The Spy Master sends his regards." Signed. Let me see how to pronounce this. Asha?
Asha.
Asha. Yes, Asha.
Well, shit. Looks
Oh
like we
shit,
found-
Manny, it's your friend.
Looks like
Yeah.
we found Zorton by the looks of things. Jesus, Mary.
Here you go. Here you go, Manny. This is yours.
Oh, thank you. That's very
Yeah,
kind.
We'll all go for tea. We'll all go for tea. Pat, pat.
I'll go for tea.
That'd be lovely. And then he's trying internally to, like, not scream at the idea of both Rides and Frauga trying to hold tiny china cups. he's struggling. He has a smile. Yeah, it'll be lovely. I'm excited to see all the fine china and everything. Is there anything else we need to discuss?
Nah. We'll check the place out and form up. We'll meet again soon, so it's better clear out of here in case anyone's watching.
Yeah,
Yes.
they will be.
Yeah. Let us go onward to war.
Into the night. That's where he just scuttles off into the darkness, hoty-toeing as he goes.
I just wanted to go for cookies and tea. You'll just like.
Oh, I said, one what to cookies and tea. Ta 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 ta.
For God's sake.
And that, I believe, is where we can end this scene.
Ta 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 ta.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Changeling Dreaming. The Dreaming?